Good evening. This is the update for Monday, the 11th of October, and there was 8 dividend payments for 16 cent. 2 were returns of capital, and the rest were all ordinary dividends. A couple stayed the same. It looks like 2 went up, 1 was down, and a couple of first-time payers as well. The first was Flowserve Corporation. Ticker symbol is FLS. It's about $34.50 per share at the moment, on a little bit of a downtrend. And it's in the capital goods sector. It's a manufacturer and aftermarket service provider of flow control systems. So its segments include Engineered Product Division, Industrial Product Division, and Flow Control Division. Geographic segments include North America, Europe, the Asia Pacific, the Middle East and Africa, and Latin America. And it develops and manufactures precision engineered flow control equipment integral to the movement, control, and protection of the flow of materials in its customers' critical processes. So it's based in the USA, pays a dividend every quarter. Current dividend yield is 2.71%, and this was an ordinary payment of 17 cents, which is the same as the previous one they sent me. Quarterly profit margin is about 1%, and annually is about 6.5%. Its quarterly debt to assets is 65%, and annually is about 64%. And its annual cash flow from operating is 312.7 million. From investing is negative about 24 million, and from financing is negative $229.6 million. The second pair was Cyrusone Incorporated. Ticker symbol is CONE. It's about $75.50 per share at the moment. It's also based in the US, and it's in the real estate operations industry. It's a real estate investment trust, or REIT. It's an owner, operator, and developer of enterprise class, carrier neutral, multi-tenant data center properties. So its data centers are generally purpose-built facilities with redundant power and cooling. The Cyrusone National 9 platform, delivers interconnection across states and between metro-enabled sites within its footprint and beyond. Current dividend yield is 2.59%, pays a quarterly dividend, and this was an ordinary payment of 44 cents per share, which is up a little bit from the previous 43 cents per share. Quarterly profit margin is about 17.5%, and annually is about 4%. Its quarterly debt to assets is about 62%, and annually is about 60%. And its annual cash flow from operating is 365.7 million. From investing is negative 679.9 million, and from financing is $324.8 million. Number 3 was Chubb Limited. Ticker symbol is CB. So it's a Swiss company, but it's traded on the American markets. It's on the New York Stock Exchange. So it's about $182 per share with 77 cents. And it's a financial dividend stock in the insurance industry. And through its subsidiaries, it provides a range of insurance and reinsurance products and services to clients around the world. Its segments include North America Commercial Property and Casualty, which is P&C insurance, North America Personal P&C insurance, North America Agricultural Insurance, Overseas General Insurance, Global Reinsurance, and Life Insurance. Its current dividend yield is 1.75%, and it pays a quarterly dividend. This was a return of capital of 80 cents per share, and the dividend ordinarily is the same, it's 80 cents per share. Quarterly net income is the only value given. It's $2.27 billion. And annually is $3.53 billion. Quarterly debt to assets is about 70%. And annually is about 69%. And its annual cash flow from operating is $9.79 billion. From investing is negative $7.52 billion. And from financing is negative $2.08 billion. Next is the first monthly paying dividend stock. It's Grupo Aval, Acciones y Valores. Ticker symbol is AVAL. It's about $6 per share at the moment, and it's in the regional banks industry. It's based in Colombia, but it's traded on the American markets on the New York Stock Exchange. So it's a Colombia-based holding company, primarily engaged through its subsidiaries in the acquisition, purchase and sale of stocks, bonds, and other securities of companies active in the financial sector. Its current dividend yield is 5%, massive market cap of $24.99 trillion. So it pays a dividend every month, but I've received 2 returns of capital so far, and this one was for 2 cents per share. But I don't know how much an ordinary dividend is yet. So quarterly net income of $2.35 trillion, and annually is the same. Quarterly debt to assets ratio is 93.6%. And annually is the same. The figures aren't changing at all between quarterly and annually. And its annual cash flow from operating is $5.63 trillion. From investing is negative $3.06 million. And from financing is negative about $896,000. Next is the Vanguard FTSE Emerging Markets ETF. Ticker symbol is VFEM. It's traded on the London Stock Exchange. It's about £50.45 per share. And it pays a quarterly dividend. This one was for 46 pence per share, which is up quite a lot from the previous 29 pence per share. Next is Greg's. Ticker symbol is GRG. It's about £29.87 per share, based in the UK, and it's in the grocery retailing industry. It's a UK-based bakery food-to-go retailer, and its products and services consist of a range of fresh bakery goods, sandwiches, and drinks in its shop. The company also provides frozen bakery products to its wholesale customers. It owns about 1,698 shops, 12 regional bakeries, 1 distribution centre, and 1 manufacturing centre. So there's no dividend yield given at the moment, but it pays a semi-annual dividend, and this was for 15 pence per share, which is the first I've received from them. Quarterly profit margin is negative 17.9%, and annually is 7.5% in the green. Quarterly debt to assets of 65%, and annually is 56%. And its annual cash flow from operating is £219.1 million. From investing is negative £87.4 million. And from financing is negative £128.6 million. Next is GlaxoSmithKline. Ticker symbol is GSK. It's about £13.93 per share, also based in the UK, but it's in the healthcare sector, in the biotechnology and drugs industry. It's a global healthcare company that operates through two segments, which are pharmaceuticals and vaccines. It focuses on its research across 6 areas, which are respiratory diseases, human immunodeficiency virus, HIV, or infectious diseases, vaccines, immunoinflammation, oncology, and rare diseases. Dividend yield at the moment is 6.62%, and it pays a quarterly dividend, but this was the first payment I've received from them, and it was for 19 pence per share. Quarterly profit margin is about 30%, and annually is about 14%. Quarterly debt to assets of 84%, and annually is about 86%. And its annual cash flow from operating is about £8 billion. From investing is negative £5.35 billion, and from financing is negative £1.84 billion. And the last one for today is Aviva. Ticker symbol is AV. It's about £4.05 per share, also based in the UK, and it's in the life insurance industry. It provides life insurance, general insurance, and asset management products and services. Aviva investors provide asset management services to Aviva and external clients, and its segments include the UK and Ireland, France, Poland, Italy, Canada, Asia, Aviva investors, and other group activities. Current dividend yield is about 2%, and it pays a dividend, I think, twice a year. Twice a year. And this, usually when a company pays twice a year, the second one, the final, will be much bigger than the first one. So I think that this was an interim, which is the middle one. The first one is called an interim and the second one is called the final. But I think this was the interim because it was 7.35 pence per share, and the last interim I received was 9 pence per share. But the last final one I received was 20 pence per share. So I think it's an interim and it's gone down just a little bit. Quarterly net income, £821 million. And annually is £2.55 billion. Quarterly debt to assets is 96%, and annually is about the same. And its annual cash flow from operating is £5.95 billion. From investing is negative £150 million, and from financing is negative £2.19 billion. So that was it for all the dividend payers today. As there's only 16 cents, I don't have enough to reinvest. But hopefully tomorrow we'll be busy. But that was it. Wasn't too eventful. So I hope that this was useful. And if you want to follow along on the journey of about 500 dividend stocks in a portfolio, then feel free to subscribe. And I'm also doing 5-minute breakdowns of little bits of information on all the stocks that I hold. So I think it's 500 or 530 at the moment. Don't have an exact number. But if you want to follow along with either of them, feel free to subscribe and let me know what you think. And I hope that you found this useful.